Well, good morning. It's 10 to 5, Wednesday. Fat cow. Thought I'd get up a bit earlier. Have a good look at the water. See if I could see anything. Activities. So I'm just gonna lie in bed, keep my head focused on that. Time for a coffee soon, I think. It's 9 o'clock. I've been watching the water, not seen a great deal, if I'm honest. Yeah, nothing's really shown or anything. Just had some porridge. Just having a coffee. Black, because the milk's gone up. No big deal. So, plans for the day. I'm gonna start and organise this place. Probably in the next hour. Start and pack things up. Ready for a move all around lunchtime. I'm gonna bring the rods in and I'm gonna have a walk around to see what's available. That's the plan anyway. It's chuffed that I had that fish last night. I put out probably half a kilo of 16mm krill boilies just with a throwing stick just before I lost the light. I'm glad I did that now. It seems almost justified considering that I had the fish. I think the next time I chuck out I'll be putting white chocolate on them all. That's the one that worked. So we'll give them some more of that. So 2 nights in this swim, 1 fish. I think it's right to move. Definitely. This kettle's almost brewed, so coffee time. I read the Kindle in bed. Dave Lane's Obsession with Carp, and I read the chapter that he wrote when he arrived at Wraysbury and he decided that he was going to fish it. He'd had a good old period on hawking, and he'd caught his target fish of shoulders and thought that the time was right to move on, and came and had a look at this place, which was quite daunting, I think, back then. Talked about bloody Vespa scooters being in the lake and washing machines, and kids were a real problem. They were swimming in parts of the lake and just causing a nuisance of themselves. And he ummed and ahed and finally decided to fish it, and this chapter is dedicated to trying to describe Wraysbury to the reader, both the north and the myself. Like, obviously I've read the book before, but it's quite good to sort of reread it, having spent some time on the north. Like, the places he's trying to describe are a bit more real for me. I can, when he's talking about giant's footsteps, I've seen it, so it's a bit more meaningful, I think. I've read a few Carp books, and most of them are rubbish, I have to be honest, I think. Phone call. So that was them on the way to work. Nice to chat to her. Anyway, yeah. It's really cool reading Dave Lane's book and being able to better picture what he was trying to talk about. Some of the captures that they had here in the later chapters were really well put together. As I say, I've read a lot of Carp books, and a lot of them are like just diary pieces, like journal things. I don't think that's a great sort of format to read a book, really. And the likes of Chris Yates, I mean, he's a class apart, and Martin Bowler. They're proper writers, but like some other fools just throw a book together. And there are some, you know, well-known anglers out there that have done that. But Dave Lane's obsession with Carp, I recommend it to everyone. Yeah, definitely. Right, it's 9:45. I've reeled both rods in, and I'm gonna go and have a mooch. Have a look at some of these pegs that Rupert's recommended to us. The idea is, hopefully, the ones we want are free. If they are, we come back, give George a call, ask him if he can come round and move us at midday, so we can come round and pack the stuff up. And be shifted, get on the hoof. So I'm going to go and do that. Oh, that is, I think it must be a floating piece of wood or something. Made its way across the lake. It's a lump of whatever it is anyway. So this is the ghost barge. Tucked away in this bottom corner, where they found a dead body on it in the mid-70s, I think, if what I've read's to be believed. Big old thing, isn't it? What a feature. Stunning. This is the fencing that OK Leisure have installed. Sort the security out. Must have come at a fair price, all that. So Welly Road's behind there. The infamous Welly Road. This is This is the view from the lawns. This is where I'll be moving into. All my gear's packed up. Just thought I'd come round and give you a sneak peek of it. So this is the peg. Loads of space there. Really good, that's a view. Obviously the island in front of us is Cigar Island. So I am at sort of on the other side at the farthest tip. So I'm sort of fishing, if that's the edge of the island there, I'm fishing, or was fishing, my 3 rods in a line off the end. So now obviously I'll be coming at the island from a different perspective. The hot spots that I've been told about, there's 3. Up towards that line of buoys there. Then the middle of the island here. And then in front of it there. So I'm just going to wait for George to come round and collect me, and then I'll be moving around here. Really can't argue with moving. You know, I think that fishing 3 pegs, can't really argue with that. You know, you got to come to these places and try different things, different pegs. So when I come here, that'll be my 3rd peg. Bonds, bus stop, and then the lawns. So just walk back to back to the bus stop where my gear is, and wait for George to come and get me. Still loads of construction going on back at the clubhouse, so development continues at a tremendous pace, ready for the opening. There's a few more anglers on the Welly Road bank. Did a full lap of the lake this morning. Good exercise as much as anything. But there's a few more on there. Nobody on this side, so I'll take full advantage. Pete's going to move into the rocky barge, so he's currently on swim 10, which is to the right of bus stop where I am. He's going to move down to the rocky barge, which is, I think, there's where I am, Spring Gates, swim 5, and then the rocky barge, so he's about 100 yards away. No big deal that. So looking forward to go and getting a shower as well. Yeah, once we've been moved, I'll set stuff up. Not going to put the rods out. I'm going to go and have a nice shower at Horton. Yeah, go and get some provisions. So I'll just show you this. Just now walking around the lake, and I just come off here and get down here, and should be able to put some bait in that spot. Those are the buoys that you may just be able to see through the trees. You just see them there, goes across. So I might be able to handball some bait in. I do like doing that. I do like doing it by hand. The other 2 hotspots I'll be doing it by span there. So that's the plan. Need to get everything charged up again. Need to go to the new memory card. There's about 4 minutes left on this. So obviously been recording lots of stuff, which is good. That's what I came here for. Stinking hot day. Yeah, really hot, must be about 22 degrees, so I'll be glad of this shower. Imagine when this was one lake and you had to, a lap of the lake constituted north and south. Bloody hell, it would have been horrendous. Right, well, here I am, back at bus stop. Gear all packed up, just wait for my taxi. I'll speak to you soon. Right, 7 o'clock. What a day. Obviously this morning I moved, got picked up at 1, so that was a little later than scheduled. Brought round here, set up, didn't put any rods out, just got all the house up and all that stuff. Then George took us to Horton where we could use the facilities there and have a shower. Wow, what a place that is. I'll talk to you about that a bit later. But we came back, went to the shop, got some provisions, and I've just put some bait out on 2 spots. One 13 wraps straight in front of me, which will have 2 rods on there, and then the left arm rod is 22 3/4 wraps. 2 spots that have been, we've been informed about by Rupert. So that's the plan. I've got 1 rod out. I need to put 2 new rigs on the other 2 rods and get fishing. So a bit of a saga, but I'm getting there. I'll be done and dusted in 30 minutes and I'll be back with you. Right, it's 8:15. Managed to get all 3 rods out. Bit of a saga, really. Just not particularly organised. Spent a lot of time trying to fish probably 2 areas which are outside of my casting ability, so I probably wasted a good hour doing that, and I just thought, some of these distances you just can't, you're not capable of casting. So I've settled all 3 rods, 13 wraps in front, all 3 in a line. All 3 were clipped up on the distance sticks. I've put white chocolate pop-ups on each of them, as I had the success on the white last night, so we'll see what happens with that. Given the time, that's probably going to be the last cast of the day, so again it's going to be an early start tomorrow. Bins are steaming up. I've been running around, I'm sweating like an idiot. Anyway, we're fishing. Went to Horton earlier, as I said. Facilities are unreal. Unreal. The shower complex is just like state of the art. I have to double take, I'm actually still in a fishery here. It's absolutely superb. Going back to the rods, the spot is clear. I'm getting a decent donk when it's landing, and I'm also not reeling back loads of weed, whereas with the other spots that I was trying to get to I was, which added to my frustration really. The swim I'm in now is the lawns, no idea why it's called that, but you've got good access into the bay. I'll show you now. This is the bay over here. So this would be the north-east tip. This is the northern bank. This here, sorry, that there. So that's the railway line. Starts with this bay, and then moving it kind of left. Again, takes you to the other side of Cigar Island that we've been looking at. Obviously, we've been on the other side of that. Swinging round into a bit more open water. The wind's been coming down here all day. in the shape of a southerly or a southwesterly, so it's kind of coming from the opposite corner to this bay here, really. So it's coming that way, if that makes sense. I'm not doing that very well, am I? It's coming that way. So if they're going to be following the wind, it's quite a gentle breeze. They may be up here. Obviously I had one last night, so no real reason to go down too far, because obviously what more signs do you want that they're up here when you've just caught one? The reason why I moved is because whilst I'd caught, I wanted to try another swim. I'm not here just to fish famous name swims, by the way, but I just thought that this might give me a few more options. So that's why I'm there. Obviously still hear the planes. So that doesn't bother me. So this is the new view for you. For the last 2 nights I won't be moving again. That is a fact. Too much dead time moving. You know, unless you're capable of doing it under your own steam, which obviously I'm not, because I've no barrow, and I've no barrow because of the buggies. But I want to maximise my fishing time. I go at sort of lunchtime on Friday, so I need to maximise the hours. I've probably got 36, 38 hours of fishing left. So again, I'm going to trickle the bait in. I did manage to get some bait out onto this spot in front. As I say, it's about 13 wraps, so it's probably there, just where the water's a bit different. In fact, we can't see it. There we go. Probably there, right in line, in the middle of the island. That's what I was aiming at. I guess I'm amazed that they don't. They've not shown too much whilst we've been here. You know, they really don't give themselves away too easily. I've been a bit annoyed that I've not really been able to watch the water from kind of 5 o'clock onwards. 5 PM this evening, that is, due to all the messing around I've been doing. But even if I had done, I'm not sure I'd have seen much. I had a good look this morning when I woke up. But again, didn't see too much. Went into the tackle shop earlier, and the guys were chuffed that I'd had one. So that's good. Obviously I'm now not next to Pete. He's on Rocky Barge, which is on the other side of Spring Gates. It's probably 100 yards away. It's not that far, really. Not in the grand scheme of this lake. Right. Watching the water. Just show you this peg. Again, can't fault, you know, the size of it. I mean, I've got a 2-man bivvy and it's a bit lost. Really well constructed. Just see if I go down here, this little. So obviously this is the main section, and they put these sort of wooden posts and then secured them with these steel, I don't know what they are, pipes. So it's holding the bank back, and it's been topped off nicely with chippings and gravel. And there's a mini one here, which is what I'm stood on. In terms of what's in front of me in the swim, I'm not really sure you can see this, probably can there. There's an awful lot of weed, which you're going to have to, you know, be quite mindful of if you do bring a fish in. Certainly going back to last night when I had that fish, when I got it, it was a similar kind of setup over there, big clump of weed, you know, just 1 rod length out, and obviously they try and bury themselves in it, and as did that fish last night, and you just got to be patient, you know. Don't be too forceful with them, and eventually they'll move, which is what he did. So because the way the sun's moved, it's kind of not quite as bright in this part of the lake. You can really make out that massive clump of weed, which is kind of there. So my rod's on the other side of it. You wouldn't want to be fishing in all that, but that is obviously going to be a pretty significant obstacle if I'm fortunate enough to have one. And just see it there. It's difficult with the trees reflecting. You can definitely make it out. I do like this peg. I had a look at spring gates earlier. It's so shallow. You'd have to wade out to cast. You couldn't cast. I had a look at spring gates earlier. It really is shallow. You'd have to wade out to bring a fish in. It's only up to your ankles, and quite a way out as well. I think, you know, I was watching a video that the carp catcher did, and it was his series when he was fishing St Ives, which is in the Colne Valley, which is where we are now. And I'm not sure which of the lakes he was fishing, but he said that he was fishing a big water. And he said you've just got to kind of rule out the rest of it and just deal with what's in front of you, and you know, treat that as in the entire lake. And when I look at this place, I really know what he means. You know, it's no use kind of worrying what's going on the other side of the water. I just need to worry about what's kind of in front of me. Something I'll be certainly talking to Mr. Penning about when I'm on tuition about casting. And I only generally cast with 2.5 ounce sleds when I want to try and get out. But I do find that when I give it a bit of welly, line spews off my reel and it kind of arcs round as opposed to going in a straight line. So instead of going straight like that, it kind of arcs round. So there's something wrong with how I'm doing it, and I don't necessarily want to be a massive caster, but here's a perfect example where I just can't get to 2 spots. I'm being honest, you know, I could sit here and, you know, talk as if those spots didn't exist, but, you know, that's not the way I do these vlogs. Well, it's 9:45. Got a flat calm out in front of me. Certainly in this section of the lake. No real signs. Need to be up early in the morning, have another look. Maybe have a feel about. Yeah, well, I'll carry on watching whilst I've got some light. I imagine it'll be another 30 minutes.